All right. Welcome back, everyone. Obviously, I'm excited to be back. The team's excited to be back. Yesterday was day one, first install and conditioning test, weigh-ins. Guys did a great job. They're overall, you know, certainly physicals. We're in a good place. So I think we're ready to go. Team knows what to expect. They understand the work that's got to be put in again, and we got a good group, and so it begins.
And we know the expectations are the same for you every year, but outside expectations maybe have caught up to internal expectations. What do you do during this break that you just had, the 5-6 weeks to recharge personally, to make sure you're fully ready to go into the season with the weight that's there?
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's just getting away from here, mentally get away from here. And I tried to stay away from the building as much as I could, but certainly I had stuff at home. It doesn't take me long, it really doesn't. I was ready before July 4th, so that's a good sign. But listen, I'm ready, the staff's ready, these players are ready. We've had plenty of time off. And really everything is, I know for me, to get to this point, you've already thought about it, you've already planned it out, but yet it's, what are the, just little things that we can do from a training aspect that push us, really put us in a compromising position to have to, react, to develop, to grow, to, how do we do some of those things? So I've got a couple ideas, but we're ready. I'm ready.
With returning of the coordinators, a lot of the core pieces here, you've described it as kind of 401 versus 101. Just in football terms, to start camp, what does that mean, starting at 401, and how much of an advantage is that?
Yeah, well, look, I think when you're talking about day one of camp, I mean, 2021, man, we were, the ball's on the ground. We're not getting the snap off right. We got guys jumping, and I'm talking about starter, core guys that we think are projected guys, and, we're not even on the same page. We're not even close to being on the same page, and the timing of the motion, all these things, man, the timing of the pressure on defense, alignment, assignment. And so to me, man, we should be so much far. It doesn't mean there's not going to be mistakes. But man, we should look so much crisper than that. I mean, not even close. We should pick up where we left off in the spring and OTAs is really how I see it. That's just an example of it. I mean, we should, you should feel like we're ready to go play right now. Now, is it good enough? No, it won't be good enough. That's why we have camp. But yet, man, it should, from the outside looking in, like, man, these guys go play right now. And that's what I expect.
Dan, you're a big message guy. Do you have a message prepared for your team as this latest chapter starts?
Look, I talked to him last night, and it was really like it's been. And that's, man, it's all about the work. We don't live off reputation, we live off of work. And that's what's gotten us where we're at. It's been a long, hard road to get to where we're at right now, and there's a price to be paid. And so we got to go pay it again. That's the message, and it'll always be the message.
Before we headed out on break, I asked you about guys you expect to be ready for camp. You mentioned DJ probably wouldn't be ready, but you got a few on the PUP list or the NFI list. Just what can you say about the status of those guys, I guess comfort level that they'll be ready sooner than later?
Yeah, we feel like everybody's really doing well. It's on schedule for where we picture them to be. To your point, we talked about Reeder. Reeder's on course, man. We're not in any hurry with him, but he's doing well. He's getting his strength back. The injury is healed. It's just a matter of getting him to that point where now we feel comfortable getting him out there competing around others. You'll see Davenport out there today. You'll see Branch out there today and walk through. So these guys are slowly going. I think Davenport's going to be a little quicker than Branch is. But they'll both be out there in some capacity, which is a good sign. So no setbacks. You know, we're moving right along.
What would you like to see from your leaders?
I'll come back to you.
Lock in some of the foundational pieces, Bob St. Brown, Kane Sewell. What would you like to see from them, you know, as far as this training camp? Would you like to see them take a step as far as leadership or anything?
Yeah, look, this is their team. This is their team. We're in year 4 now. Those guys have all been here. Sewell as well, you know, Frank, Decker, Alex, Aleem. Like, here we go, man. And that's the other thing. You know, like, those guys aren't pups anymore, you know. Iffy, all of them. Barnes. So this is your team, and you guys set the standards. We set the standards a long time ago, but now as players, you guys control it. So if it's not up to your standards, well, it needs to be said, and let's do it again. You know, you guys control it. We shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. That's on them, and that's what I want. That's what I expect.
Kind of following up on the messaging question that Bob asked last year, you had some things on the back of the wall in the meeting room about NFC Championship, winning a playoff game. Are those gone now, and has something replaced them? What do you point to?
Yeah, well, those are still up there, and they're still taped through it with old school tape. And all right, we don't, you know, it just looks better that way. So, but we've checked the box on 2, and we got 1 more to check. But to get there, we got to check those first 2 one more time and update them. So everything starts with finding a way to win your division. You do that, you got to put in the work, man, and you got to find a way to win the first game of the season, and then you go from there.
Again, what's the value of the success you had last year in terms of guys knowing how good they are or can be, and what it takes also to get that done?
Well, I think anytime you lay out a plan and those guys, man, they trust you, they buy into that plan, they put the work in, you know, it validates what we've talked about. And so they understand, like, this is, for these guys that have been here and been nowhere else, and now we've had success, they understand that this is the road. Like, this is the path. And that's the value of it. They see it and they believe it, and so really, you know, your own worst enemy is yourself. It's not anybody else. It's really not the opponent. It's always going to be yourself. So we're always going to have to guard against. Bring it up again. You know, the complacency, the entitlement, the reputation. Like, what is that? That's nothing. We got to go back to work.
And to check all the boxes, how much
The off-season moves put you in a position to, you know, chase what you ultimately want here.
Well, we feel, Brad and myself feel really good about it. I mean, or we wouldn't have made those moves. You know, I thought Brad did a hell of a job in the draft and free agency. But there again, we don't know. You know, we hope, and we feel pretty good, or we wouldn't have made those moves. But we'll find out. We'll find out pretty quick here within, you know, call it 20 days, 25 days, as to, you know, do some of these guys still have it? Do they mesh with the other guys? Are they still productive players? Are they willing to do it the way we do it? So yeah, we feel really good, but you know, we'll see. We'll see.
In that vein, what day do the pads come on, and what do you need to see in the, I guess, the ramp-up acclimation period? What do you need to accomplish before you get those up?
Yeah, so obviously 4 days of acclimation is what they call it here, starting today, and then mandatory day off, and then we will go full pads when they come back after the day off, which I believe is Monday. So really, it's kind of what it says. It's about working guys in this week, and let's get them the reps, let's spread the load, and let's get their legs under them. You know, let's get their football legs under them, and then along the way, improve a little bit here. There's not a ton of reps to go around. You know, there's a restriction on time limits every day. You know, today can only be 90 minutes. Then you get, you know, an hour and 45 minutes, and then after that, 2 hours. So, you know, so we're well within the rules, but it's really it. It's getting their football legs under them.
Yeah, Morgan, a couple of years ago, we got the hot finish.
What are you doing over there?
Standing room only.
I got you.
Exile.
We had the success at the end of the 2 years ago, we wanted to repay and everything, just missed out on
And then a lot of people say that it's like one season doesn't matter, what you did last year doesn't necessarily matter. But it didn't slow you down last year. In fact, you improved on it. What was the secret sauce that allowed you to hit the road, hit the ground running and have even more success?
Well, look, it was another chance for us all to be together. I bring back up that core group that we've had here for a number of years, really going on 4 years. At that point, it was 3 last year. That's one, that continuity. But to me, it's also, it really is. We add, right? We add to, we have another draft. We had a couple of players here that we feel like are going to mesh with us. But then I just believe it's about, man, if you start patting yourself on the back and you don't believe that everything that it took to get there, it's going to take that again and then some, then you're just going to be stuck. You'll just be average. You'll be back to a 9-8 season or 8-9 season. And so I think and that's not an easy thing to do, but I think there's got to be this mindset that we had going into last year, that, man, we're going to be better than we were last year. We found a way to get it done. We found that recipe. We know what it's going to take. We understand how to play with each other. And so I think you never lose that. That was that stretch we found, that 10 games. Our guys understood, they bought into it, and we played the game a certain way, and that carried over. And I believe what we did last year can carry over into this season. I do, as long as we go to work, man. And nobody's going to decide. Listen, here's one of the best things that ever happened to me is I was part of a team that, man, we did something really special. We came up a little short, and the next year we had the exact same team. The exact same team. We made it a point, man, I just remember there was a couple of things, hey guys, we're not going to go pads today. Everybody's, yeah, all right, those things. Oh, this is great. Hey guys, get out of here a little bit early. Hey, go. And pretty soon, by the end of it, you just lost your identity. And everything that had made you what you are, you went away from it. Because you know what? We'll be okay. We got the same guys, And that was a lesson learned for me, because we were average. We went 7-9 the next year after going in 12-4, and I will never forget that ever. So we are not going to lose our identity. That is the most important thing to me, and I won't sacrifice it for anyone or anything. I told the team that, and they know that.
I'm just wondering, how are you a better head coach today than you were 6 months ago?
More experienced, and then I just bring this up. I've got more experience, but so does the staff under me. They've got more experience, and they've got more experience being around me and myself being around them. So that makes me better, right? Your staff makes you a lot better, and they're the reason that I'm even in this position and we're having success. So we make each of us, we make each other better.
I'll use the term complacency, team sliding back. How important is new blood? Just bringing in some fresh faces, whether it's vets or rookies that can I guess reinvigorate and keep that energy going forward.
It's important. Yeah, it's important. You get these guys that are jockeying for a chance to get a starting position or playing time, and man, they are young, fresh, and hungry. Absolutely, it's important. And look, there is no substitute for competition. It's the ultimate motivator is the competition.
Did you say what year you were talking about?
Nope. You'll do your research.
It was 2 years.
May not have been as a coach.
No, 2000.
All right.